the Prime Minister has condemned Iran's latest attack on Israel. Here he is talking about it.
I dismiss any of Iran's so-called justifications here. This was an aggressive act of hundreds of drones and missiles, which would have, had it been more successful, had a devastating impact on the Israeli population. We want to see caution exercised.
Caution exercised, Caroline. I'm sure that Iran would be shaking in their boots.
Yep. And it's always when it relates to Israel that there needs to be restraint and caution. The problem for the Prime Minister here is he's going to get splinters in his backside sitting on this fence, because if he had showed moral clarity early on in the piece at Israel vis-a-vis Gaza, and we know that Iran is a destabiliser in the region. We know that Iran was involved prior to the October 7 attack, but the government here has been incredibly soft on Hamas and incredibly soft, or incredibly hard, I should say, on Israel for trying to protect itself. Well, now that Iran has directly waded into this, where does the Prime Minister sit with that? What does he think that Israel can and can't do? I'd be really interested to know, because when you have a moral fog on this issue, it becomes very, very difficult to take a clear moral stance later down the track on a related issue.
Absolutely, and it's been a weak response from the very beginning, Freya, and then he tries to issue a warning, as if Iran is listening.
I think Iran's terrified of Albo.
They're scared. Shaking in the boots.
It's actually embarrassing. Frankly, it's embarrassing. Even Biden, who, I think he's pretty weak as well, but even he got up and promised ironclad support for Israel in their defence against Iran. And what can we muster? Support for regional security, including Israel, just so everyone's clear, but support for regional security, it's hardly a strong statement. And I think we need to be strong on this, because if Iran is left unchecked, if there is not serious deterrence now, and if Israel does not show Iran that this is totally unacceptable, I do fear, and I think many fear, this could further escalate into a broader regional war. We've still got Hezbollah in the north. Hamas is still operating throughout large parts of Gaza, got over a dozen Iran-funded terrorist proxies throughout that region of the Middle East. And left unchecked, if Iran thinks it can get away with it, it will, because it is hell-bent on destroying Israel.
Absolutely, but you're right, I think you're spot on. It is embarrassing from this government. It's been shocking. Freya, Leach, Caroline DeRusso, good to speak with you both. Thank you so much for joining us on the panel this evening.